What's up, everybody? Arrg The Pirate here, and today I've got an Aurora build, and I'm going to try it out as a support. As always, let's go over the deck. Now I have Auto Health Potion, Quick Exit, Armored, Damage Return, Auto Shield, and lastly, Experienced for my gems. Now for my cards, I have Exoskeleton, Green Spring, Pack Leader, Possessed Sprykin, Growth Totem, Guard Piercer, Vital Waters, Wicked Repose, Thunder Cleaver, Vengeful Mare, Shadow Dancer, and lastly, Nameless Curse. Now, I call this deck I Got What You Need because it's kind of all over the place, and I can build my Growth Totem, get strong that way. I have been putting on Possessed Sprykin, and I do in this video, but I can go for more damage with something like Guard Piercer, or I can go more healthy with something like Vital Waters, or, you know, keep my Green Spring online. I can get Vengeful Mare, which, you know, is a great card with that ability, or that basic armor, and you apply that movement speed. I do typically pick up Shadow Dancer, but I also have Nameless Curse, so it's kind of just all over. Whatever I think is best, I can go for. I can go for Wave Clear, I can go for ganks, I can go for, you know, just being a tank. It's really what is needed. Now, I built this deck to play in the offlane, and as you can see, it's kind of all over the place, and my idea behind it was I can kind of pick the cards for whatever I need. I have a Thunder Cleaver if we're lacking lane pushing. I can go invis and get tons of ganks. I can flip lanes if we need to. You know, I was just kind of going, hey, I'll kind of make this deck whatever, and we'll just really see what happens with, you know, within the match. And I actually end up going in support. We had offlaner that was, you know, I think he was our last pick, and he was like, hey, I'm going offlane no matter what. And, okay, no big deal. I'd already locked in Aurora, so I said I'll try to support with it. And although I'm not truly the best support without having, you know, real support cards, or even just being in that mindset of, hey, I'm going to support, we still do fairly well. And, you know, that's Aurora's job is to not kill people. Aurora's job is to, you know, allow her team to kill people. And, you know, that's kind of a support role anyway, so she does a great job at doing that. And that's really no different in this match. Now, I don't really want to waste a whole lot of mana on this Countess. If I put my Hoarfrost down right there, I might have been able to get that kill, but as you can see, I have not unlocked it yet. So, I've still got that Glacial Charge, and I specifically went with that in the beginning so I could stop our lane. And, you know, that kind of isolates this Countess. She's going to have to hang back, and as you can see here, she's definitely got to hang back because she's almost dead. So, she is in no way really getting any type of farm. Now, I finally did get that Hoarfrost unlocked, and you can see I put it down just in case she took a step over here. We'd have been able to take her out, but, you know, no big deal. She avoided the bait, and we're going to head back, kind of just continue our farm. I'm going to go ahead and skip a little bit of this farming rollout. There's nothing too exciting. We just kind of play poke back and forth with this Countess, and, you know, it's pretty standard. Now, we do end up getting our first gank at this 4-minute mark, and you can see, you know, it's pretty standard. I go in to hit the tower a little bit and turn around, and I notice, hey, Chimera's there, so I'm going to head over there, throw a Hoarfrost down, keep them out, and sure enough, we're both going to be able to get out. Now, Chimera does chase a little bit, and him being out of mana, I know there's not going to be another ambush, so no big deal. We'll be fine. We got Murdoch out. Now, I'm going to stay in lane. I'm still fairly healthy, about half mana, and I'm just, you know, going to continue to kind of do my own thing, try to get some farm. I really want to hit level 5 so I can actually start having an impact. which I actually end up getting rotated on by the Bellica from mid lane. Unfortunately, our Iggy didn't call out enemies missing, and, you know, I'm kind of paying attention to what I'm doing, so I did not notice she was rotating over. And sure enough, she's able to stun me, and they both make very, very short work of me. I probably should not have played near as aggressive as I was, but, I was trying to get farm, everything like that. And, that's unfortunate, but we're going to go ahead, turn it around. This does give me a chance to actually put on that Possessed Sprykin, which, like I said, I built this deck for that offlane deck, but, I've kind of felt that this is an amazing card, and if you're playing a hero that is not getting just an entire lot of farm, this is a great card because it is fairly cheap. And I would say it's along the lines of maybe a 6-point card for 3 points. Just the kicker, you can't unequip it. Now, here at 6.5 minutes in, we have a massive team effort on, the enemy team's part to take us out. Chimera charges us, and Bellica shows up and ends up stunning me, and then I go through a Countess ult, so I'm just taking tons and tons of damage. And I just barely survived that initial thing, and we should really be getting out, but our Murdoch is not running, so I can't leave. I have to stay and do what I can. Sure enough, Bellica's able to just erase me. And, that's really unfortunate. We didn't have a call out from our Iggy. We had another needless death. If we would have had a simple call out from our mid lane, that would have avoided my death. And if Murdoch would have got out, which after I died, he continued to stay in and ended up going down. So, we're really just not syncing up very well right now. And like I said, I'm not really built to support. I don't have wards in this deck. I'm not really a support hero. I don't have a support deck for Aurora. So, it's kind of like, hey, we're making the best of it. We do have 2 deaths at just, 7 minutes in. But we are going to turn this around. So, that's okay. Rough starts suck, but if you can power through those rough starts, you can turn games around. Now, from here, I head to mid lane. There was really no need to chase that Bellica. With Aurora's animation being as slow as it is, you almost need to be ahead of the enemy for that Hoarfrost to get down fast enough. And if you're just slightly behind him, they're probably going to be able to get out. And especially, Aurora, she's going to be able to just absolutely melt me. Now, me and Iggy paired our ultimates together, and we're able to take out that Kai and that Bellica. You can see we're finally going to start making some plays, turning this game around. We get this mid tower, and, that's great. We get 2 assists, which, one thing you have to expect with Aurora, you might not be getting kills. It's not always best to just run up behind someone and ult them, because they might be able to kill you, but it's not going to be easy to kill them. Now, you can build Aurora with agility and with, power and maybe even basic pin. I do have that Thunder Cleaver online, so that really cranks up some basic power. But, as a support Aurora or as an ability intellect Aurora, I'm not necessarily trying to get kills. I'm trying to set up kills. So, we did a great job pairing those 2 ultimates together, and we're absolutely able to melt them. And I'm going to head back and just kind of run around. Now, we've got our lane pushed. I need to go find somewhere else to support. I don't want to push up near as far as that lane is. I'm going to just hang out at this river, take out this river, and maybe I can even get Bellica to head down here, and we can get, a surprise kill on her, and sure enough, she does. Now, if you see here, I use that Hoarfrost, and see that you have to be just a little bit ahead of the enemy. She was even rounding a corner, so she was staying close by. But, yeah, that Hoarfrost, it's you almost have to do it before they expect, or before they're running away. It's really needs to be changed, and in that last Community Corner 21, they did talk about the animation rework on her. So hopefully we'll see a good change in that, because it definitely does not keep up with the pace of Paragon today. Now, I did manage to put Green Spring on, and I'm going to head over to our off lane and try to support it. Our Greystone did go down, so me and Iggy are going to head over there, try to, kind of keep this from going down. Now, our Kwong ends up going in on this 3v1 situation, and I'm just going to try to take somebody out. Now, we do end up taking out this Chimera, and you might be wondering, why are you going for Chimera first? And the reason is, he doesn't have any stacks when I first started going for him. If I allowed him to, hit me while I'm trying to kill someone else, he's going to get those stacks on, he's going to have regeneration, and he's going to kill me. So, he was, in my opinion, the biggest threat, so we needed to take him out first. Especially in this early game, I'm not concerned about their ADC at all. I'm more concerned about Decker than their Murdoch at this early stage. So those two heroes, I couldn't care less, but I definitely wanted to get that Chimera down. Now, a few minutes later, I'm in my safe lane, but I see our off lane is going to need some help. Our Greystone is playing pretty aggressive, and, I just want to head over there, help him out. Now, we're going to end up leaving that safe lane fairly shortly because it's going to get pushed past that river anyways. So I'm going to go ahead, head over to this off lane, and maybe we can make a play happen. Now, our Kwong is invis right now, so he's kind of, running up there looking around. Now, I am able to take out this ward because, he's in the shadow plane. And we're going to clean out this wave. Now, I do have my ultimate. So I'm going to rush in and use my ultimate. And you can really see the animations are so slow. It almost allowed these heroes to get out of my animation, even though I was, right there. But we are able to take that Twin Blast out. Now, Kwang does end up tower diving. So I'm going to use this opportunity to let him absorb the damage. And I'll go ahead and take out this Decker. Luckily, we were able to take both them out. But Kwang did end up going down due to that Bellica rotation. Now, Iggy did say careful left lane, which, it was a little bit late, and I would have liked to seen him head over and actually assist in getting those, but at least he did do a call out. I would prefer call outs maybe even be customizable, so you can say, enemies missing, careful this lane, in the same message, or you can actually specifically say something that would, to me, that would be a little more helpful. When you just say careful left lane, in my opinion, that means 1,000 different things. Did you actually see an enemy head over that way, or are you just saying that because we're pushed up too far? I really wish messages were a little more customizable or were a little more specific, but, we got to work with what we have. Now, I do head over to try to help out this Greystone. I don't have my ult, and, I'm currently not just the strongest hero, so I'm not going to offer a lot, but I did kind of give them a distraction to work for, or to aim at, and I was able to delay him, his death a little bit longer, but I need to get out. There's nothing I can do right now. All I've got is my Horror Frost. I don't have my ultimate. There's no reason for me to be under tower, and to be honest, we should have just let them have that tower instead of really exchanging any kind of death for it. But Greystone does end up going down, and that really just is unfortunate. But luckily, after they take him out, they end up backing off. So we lost a hero to save a tower, no big deal, but it would have been nice to not have a death. And after I ran in there and kind of distracted him, I wish he would have got out, but, what can you do? Now, after pushing mid lane a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and get out, and, that Chimera, when he ambushes, I'm able to completely avoid that by using that super jump. I actually forget what it is. Glacial statue, or, whatever that ability is. But we do have a rotation in Raptors. Now, Quang is here, and he did end up going down, but we were able to take out this Countess. And that's really what, I wanted. We secured the Raptors. We ended up taking out their Countess. And, we did trade a death, but we were able to get those Raptors, which, all in all, that's a great trade. Now, I do have my Shadow Dancer and my Growth Totem on, and you can see this Countess, she runs up. Now, I did not even try to avoid her. I'm going to let our Murdoch just absolutely tee off on her. And you can see, he just melted her. Of course, I did take a ton of damage, but that's okay. Even if she did run in there and take me out, that's quite alright. Our Murdoch was going to secure that kill. She should have really gone for him, because if she would have, I might not have been able to do anything about it. But I definitely was able to do something when she went after me. But that's quite alright. We're able to take out this tier 2. Now, they have a massive team collapse. And, they punish us for punishing them, which is okay. I would have really liked to have survived. And especially with an ADC and a support going down, a tier 2 is probably not worth that. Now, I could have got out much earlier, but I was really trying to distract for Murdoch, and I should have just realized, hey, they had 3 heroes. I just need to get out. Maybe one of us could survive. I could have even used my Shadow Dancer to actually get out, but, I was really trying to think I could be a bullet sponge for him, and, sometimes things happen so fast you don't fully think correctly, so I didn't get out, and I wish one of us would have, but hey, we got a tier 2, and we're slowly making progress elsewhere, so no big deal. I'm currently 3-3-5, and as going into this match with, a full intention of playing offlane, but realizing, hey, I'm not going to, and picking that deck that's not a support deck, I would say I'm doing a great job, and I still do have the option of getting Thundercleaver on, and I actually believe I end up putting it on later in this match. I was thinking about going for the Shadow of Emmerich, or I think that's the name of it, the lane flipping card. I was thinking about that, but I end up going with Thundercleaver, I believe. Now, we do head over to this Countess, and you can see I used my Shadow Stepper. I just walk over to her and absolutely delete her. Shadow Dancer is an amazing card on Aurora, just because, she can walk into the middle of a group, use her ultimate, or walk beside you, put her Hoarfrost down, let you walk into that going, hey, what's going on, and then use her ultimate. So she is a great hero to have this card on, especially since, her Hoarfrost and her ultimate are really all she has. Her basic damage is okay, and if you build for basic damage, it's better. But she typically is a do her ultimate, try to root somebody, and then get out type hero. So having a card that allows you to position yourself undetected is amazing. Now I go ahead and take out this tier 2 tower, and we're going to kind of push this wave a little bit, but our minion wave is pretty small. And even though we have 3 heroes here, it's just not a good idea to push, so we're going to clean this out and then head back. Now we end up heading over to the Raptor Pit, and I'm thinking, hey, this is a perfect time to take out Raptors. And even though this Countess is here, hey, we should go for Raptors. Let her push a little bit, that's fine. But Murdoch and Quang end up going in on her, so I'm going to head over, make sure that we get this kill, and I'm able to put this Hoarfrost down and take her out with, 0 effort. Now I ping, let's get the Raptors again. We head over to Raptors, and we're able to make very short work of them. And hey, Quang even allowed me to take one, so that was awesome. And, we're really starting to get farm. Me, I'm pretty close to a solid max build. I do want to get rid of Growth Totem because I put it on very, very late. I think I put it on at about 16 minutes. So I've only got, 10 extra power with, what is that, 200 health. So it's really not a whole lot, and I'm thinking that a card like Thundercleaver will be a better card than that Growth Totem. Now, here's that Shadow Dancer in play. I really wish we would have got these kills, but unfortunately, Iggy didn't have any turns down. We are able to take out that twin. Now, I did use my Hoarfrost for whatever reason. But, hey, we're able to actually get those two heroes out of lane. And you can see that last Hoarfrost that I did, if the animation would be just a little bit faster, twin would not have got out of that. But, you know, yeah, it's that delayed reaction or that delayed animation that, you know, is just really hard to deal with. Now, their Chimera ended up soloing Prime, which is just really unfortunate. And we're going to hopefully make some progress here. Now, their twin was pretty low, so he's definitely going to have to back. Unless, you know, he probably already backed, but hopefully we got him out of lane, and I'm going to just use this Glacial Charge to kind of hold these minions back. You know, I don't want it to push too terribly far, and this is going to allow us to get some farm. Now, I'm going to head back now, because our lanes are doing fairly well. I want to defend. I don't want to push right now. With them having Prime, I think it's crazy to push, and I wanted to get my Thundercleaver online right now, but I end up throwing 3 points into Intellect. Now, I'm still kicking myself over that. But, you know, hey, no big deal. We'll get Thundercleaver on in a minute. I really wanted to put it on, though. But, you know, what can you do? And I'm going to head to mid lane. We still have our tier 1 up, so we do have a little bit of a buffer. But I'm going to hopefully be able to hold this off for a little bit longer. Now, unfortunately, our Iggy is not putting turrets down. He's kind of waiting until things happen to put turrets down, and, you know, that's just really unfortunate, but we did use our ult. He does have, you know, 1 turret down, so we were able to wrap up a couple of kills, you know, so a support for, I believe it was a jungler and a mid laner, you know, that's a great win. I would have liked to not die again, but, you know, no problem. I am a support. My job is to support the team, and if, you know, I'm required to die, hey, no big deal. A few minutes later, I head to my mid lane, and I'm going to just run in there, get a Glacial Charge off, or get my Glacial Charge and my ultimate off, and we're able to take out this twin, we're able to take out that Chimera, so we made a great play there. Now, their Bellica did rotate over, and I'm going to head out, just try to body block for our Murdoch. Luckily, he was able to get out, so we got a jungler and an ADC for free, and that's great. You know, no problem at all. Now, we need to get out. Quang is being a little aggressive, and he's out of mana, so there's no reason for us to stay in there. So I ping retreat, we go kind of clean that wave up, and we can continue pushing from here. Now, a few minutes later, we're 4-4 and 10. We're, you know, doing a pretty good job. There is something going down at Prime. You can see that's kind of why I'm hiding out right here. I could tell that they were going to rotate over, and, you know, Iggy's kind of halfway setting up. So something is definitely going to happen in this Prime pit. We're just kind of waiting for everybody to group up, and then we can actually start the fight. Now, I go ahead, go and get my invisibility on. I'm going to get this ultimate off on this Twin Blast. Now, it would have been better to, you know, get my ultimate off on a group, but I want to take out the ADC. You know, like I said, it probably would have been a much better choice to take out, you know, 1 or 2 heroes with that ultimate, but as long as we can get rid of the ADC, I don't think that was a waste on the ultimate at all. After that play, me and Greystone actually end up securing Prime, and we're able to kind of make our final push and wrap this game up. And, you know, like I said, I went in thinking I wanted to play off lane. I end up playing support, and I think this deck did well with both. I've got decent sustain, although I don't have wards. I don't have any kind of, you know, helpful card other than my kit. You know, that's really the only way that I can help out, which is typically what a support does now. You know, Moloch's Prayer and wards and things like that, they're great, but other than those wards, you know, I don't really see a whole lot of benefit in the support-ish cards. And really, it took a long time to get fed, but luckily, since I am Aurora, I can get kills. I can still do decent damage to minions, so if my ADC's ever gone, I can help, you know, farm and things like that. So, all in all, this was a great build, and I had a lot of fun with it. Well, for being a just all-over-the-place build, I gotta say, this deck was really fun to use, and I was really glad I got to play Aurora again. And if you enjoyed this video, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.